GM, good morning everybody. So, welcome back to another video on Veldora. Today I'm going to be showing you newbies how to actually play the game because for some whatever reason you have no idea how to play the fucking game. So this game is actually very easy to play, whether you want to play it alone, with friends, or with an army. It is fairly simple to play. When you first create an account, what's going to happen is, okay, I'm going to assume you know how to create an account. If you don't, then that would be classed under natural selection, and you probably don't deserve to be here anyway. No, just kidding. Right. Okay, so if you have any problems with account creation, it's not included in the video, bro. Just ask them in general Discord or something. If you know how to get to Discord. If you don't, then sorry, I can't help you. But when you get into the game, you join and you just spawn into this random screen. Right, so it's similar to how Adventure Quest Worlds work. I'm assuming you know the base game. So what you first got to do, I mean, it's not compulsory. It's my recommendation. Click on Bocce. Let's check over here. Click on Quest. It's up to you whether you want to complete all the quests. You know, it's not mandatory. Like, you don't have to do this. Yeah, you don't have to do this. There's a badge over here, and you know, like a newbie achievement thing. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. Like, you don't really have to do that. What you specifically do need to do, oh, here's a Discord link if you didn't know, by the way, but if you had 2 eyeballs on a website, you should be able to see the Discord. What you actually do need to do is level up. So how do you level up fast? Well, first of all you got to do is come over here. This room is pretty quick for leveling. You can talk to some people over here. You know, there's a Get Warrior class. If you click this, it'll take you to the Class 4 Trainers area over here. Fun thing about this room is, by the way, you can ignore these characters because they're like 10k ACs. Right, if you click on it, what was it like? Yeah, 10k ACs, the class is a piece of shit, so you can ignore it. Yeah, I do not recommend buying any of these classes, but there's a testing dummy here where you can like test your damage, etc., etc. Not particularly important for new people. However, let's get back to newbie really quick. What you should be doing is leveling up. Now, it's imperative you level up to level 15, and all you need to do to level up is kill monsters. Okay, so you see that Dark Fang Undead Infantry, just kill everything you see. Ignore the Bone Berserker. It's got quite a bit of HP. You can just ignore that one. Over here, speak to a guy. What's he got to say? You got the quest. Do the quest over here. This gives you a bit of a damage weapon. So I believe this nice. This weapon doesn't give you any damage. Yeah, no, it's not this weapon that gives you damage. There was weapon that gives you damage, I think. Merch shop. It's in this one. Is it? Where's the? Oh, okay. Oh no, that was in the beta. But what you actually want to do is you want to get the Dread Knight class. Now, you don't have to get it. I recommend getting it. It takes like 30 minutes. It's up to you whether you want to get it or not. If you don't want to get it and you're stuck with trainee, that's still fine because you can skip the C tier. Right? Like, no, you can't skip the C tier, but you can. To be honest, you can't skip the C tier, but you can skip Dread Knight. Okay? So it's up to you whether you want to get the class or not. If you don't want to get the class, I mean, this cosmetics all look like garbage, but no damage boost too early on in the game, so get Dread Knight class if you want. If you don't want to, this map is pretty much done. There shouldn't be anything else in particular. This shop's irrelevant, it's basically pointless. This one's pointless as well. Okay, so at this point, Newbie's pretty much done. Now, you need to get to level 15, right? Level 15 is when you leave Newbie, I believe, because I think level 15 is when you get access to Forest. It's a bit laggy over here, running my army in the background. And Forest is expensive for 2 things, but I'll explain the first thing. Right, the first thing is you're going to get your first, like, proper class that's decently usable. Like, if you could only have one class in the game, Verdant Ranger is technically viable, right? They can do your content in the game. Trainee can, but Trainee is harder to use because of its range problems. Verdant Ranger doesn't have any at-range issues, and it's AoE. But basically all its skills, so highly recommend getting Verdant Ranger. It's very simple to get. All you got to do is quest, and then each one of these quests gives you a specific part. Zardman Spear, you accept an inclined quest, you can go ahead and do a quest. Now, for whatever reason you don't know how to do this quest, I'm not going to show you how to do the quest. If you don't know how to do this quest, there's something wrong with your brain. You should probably go to a psychologist, get checked, or get put into a mental asylum. Now, a second thing that's actually very important here is Forest over here actually gives you access to an infinite amount of HCs. Actually, it's not. Is it HCs? We call it HCs. It's called like VCs, like Veldora coins, right? Yeah, they give you infinite amount of VCs, Veldora coins. Basically, these are your ACs if you play Adventure Quest Worlds, right? But you should know this once again. It's like basic common sense in my opinion. For whatever reason you don't know this, now you know. But there is still something wrong with you. You should be watching this guide, being like, yeah, I know this, I know that, I know this, I know that. That's when you know you're normal. I would say normal or slightly above normal. But yes, all you got to do is accept this quest over here, and you got to kill the monsters over here. So each type of monster drops a different thing. The Zarman hunters drop. I picked the bronze piece something, and then you get the silver piece from grunts. And then the boss Zarman drops the gold piece. After you kill them, turn it in. You'll get an item called Bag of Coins. Then all you got to do is go ahead and use the bag of coins. You don't sell the bag of coins, you use the bag of coins. I repeat, you don't sell the bag of coins, you use the bag of coins, and that will give you 300 coins. It has been buffed. It used to be 120, now it's 300, so the developers actively making the game easier, right? So it's imperative you should be able to sustain your own adventure coins. And then after that, you have now basically know how to get infinite amount of Veldora coins. You have an AoE class, so you can basically farm anything. And with this game, it's very important you understand the most important thing. I left it until last, but the stats overview. Okay, so once you find out what class you're going to go, what class you're going to do, you should be allocated to the correct stat. So each stat over here, you can see it has magical. Do you read magical? If you don't read it, not my problem, but on my screen it says magical under the mana, right? And the mana on top of the description it says magical. That means my class does magical damage, okay? If it says physical, your class does physical damage, which means you should be allocated to the physical stat, okay? Which would be strength. Strength is physical, intellect would be magical. Right now, endurance, I recommend getting enough endurance for I believe endurance actually goes to hit chance, dexterity goes to cooldown reduction, wisdom goes to evasion, and luck goes to critical chance. Don't ask me how wisdom goes to evasion chance. It's a bit weird, okay? So the stats aren't calibrated properly. But long story short, you should be aiming to get 100% on all four of those stats. Now, if you're asking me why I have such high stats, it's because I have a title equipped. So you go here. There are different forms of titles, right? Now, you should be using a title that gives you the most stats. So you click on the title, you see the administrators, 9999, everything, Nitro Squad, not worth buying, but if you have a lot of money, you can feel free to buy. The beta tester, it's alright, it doesn't give you a lot, it's basically pointless. If you're a game manager, you get 850, and if you're play support, you get 100. Tester, you get 25. Donators get 100. So donators, get donators, you just need to spend any amount of money to donate a server and you get donator. Colony trainee, I believe you can get this for free, and that would be 5. Not particularly good, but it's better than nothing, and being a content creator gives you nothing at all. Arch Wizard, that's 10, you can't get that anymore. I don't know, maybe if you pay $1,000 you could, no idea. Business Magnate, don't remember how to get that, not particularly important. Fashion Esther, Queen of Knights, you can still get Queen of Knights. First Upholder, I think you can, yes, you can still get it. I'm not sure how to get this, but long story short, if you do want to exploit the title, you want to go get the donator or the player support. These two are probably the easiest to get of this tier. And if you have a lot of money, I suppose you could be an administrator if you can pay enough for the server, I guess. I'm not sure how that goes, as I'm not an administrator, so I can't give you any guidance on that. Now, when you're done, you've got all that knowledge, it's all consumed, you know what you're going through. You go to Adventure, you have Newbie and Frost. These maps are completed, right? So now that you got your, what do you call it? You got your something Ranger class, Verdant Ranger class, now you want XP. Where do you go for XP? Well, you go to Lotus Tome. Lotus Tome is an area that has no level requirements. So you can come here at level 35, level 20, level 14. You can't come here. Oh yeah, you can come here at level 14, but you don't have Verdant Ranger, right? So the earliest you should be here is like around 20. You'll have Verdant Ranger. Now, are you able to kill these solo at 20? Not sure. If there's somebody here, because sometimes there's people boosting. There's like army There's like army generals, like people that have armies that come here and boost. Basically, what they do is they have like a strong account over here is killing the mobs, but they let the lower level account guy that they're boosting hit the mobs first, so we get the XP for it. And you can just chime in and just touch the mobs a little bit, and you get some XP over here. So this is if you're between level 15 and 35. Right, once you get to level 35, you should be able to join the latest event, which is not actually displayed here. So you need to check it out on Discord. Or you should pay attention to the chats, you know, and monitor the signals, monitor what people say. You should be able to understand that you can join Atlas Promenade. And inside Atlas Promenade, you will see people farming a lot. I'm not sure over here. This is not a general public room, so maybe this guy's silent, maybe it's not. So what you want to do, if I was a newbie right now, which I'm not, but if I was, you want to do slash go to Elementa and you want to try to leech off him. See what he's doing. Okay, so is he attacking? Okay, so he's in the shit room because this room gives you no XP. By the way, this room gives you no XP. There you go. This is the only room in the map that gives you no XP. You should not be farming this room. If you farm this room, it's kind of retarded for XP because if you do this room, look. It's 3,000 XP, and that one over there is 54 XP, as you can clearly see. So Elementa, unfortunately, is a mentally retarded person. No, I'm joking, bro. No, he's never going to watch this video anyway, so it doesn't matter. But you get the point, right? You should be farming the room with XP. Do not farm that room. And you should be able to figure this out on your own, but for whatever reason, if you cannot, then you can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. Honestly, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. After this, when you think you've gone to a good enough level, remember to go to here, put your stats overview, get your stats in. That's beautiful, right? That's all you got to do to get to these levels, right? And over there, you should be about level 40, 50 within the first day. And after that, you should be going for your two things you can go for. You can go for weapon damage boost, or you can go for your TA class. I recommend skipping TB and going straight for TA classes. The game's currently created in a way where you should just be following the meta. So go to Discord, check the latest updates. What are the latest updates? If the latest updates are, for example, can I spin Discord up and I'll show you really quick what is going on over there. Right. Okie dokie. This thing gonna load. Share my screen really quick when it gets there. Window capture. Put on Discord, boom, there you go. Right, Discord. You see Discord. Click on Veldora official release. Oh, it's a new package. Oh, actually, no, I'm not an affiliate marketer. I just want to see the package. New page me add to the store. So yeah, if you see that, if you got a lot of money, feel free to do it. Personally, I don't recommend it. Your crypto's going up. You should be invested in crypto. You shouldn't be spending your money on garbage. In my opinion, these are just pixels, and one day the server's gonna die. But I gotta say right now, you know, it's not dead yet. So feel free to stay. If you want to spend money, go on ahead. I just can't recommend it, honestly, with a good conscience, because the best move on the chessboard right now is as crypto is going up, you invest money and you make more money. You buy when crypto is going down. So you take a look at the world chat, see what people are doing. Occasionally people actually put, like, you know, they need some help doing something, so when you know what they're doing. If they don't do that, the easiest way to do this is to actually go into the announcements and the news really quick and see the announcements. Okay, beautiful. So the announcements, look at this, right? So a new thing came up over here. Long story short, this whole message is basically all garbage. The only thing you actually need to pay attention to is the map name over here. So over here, actually no, this one's actually garbage. This one's too long ago. It's not actually garbage. It's not under announcements. It's under news. I don't know. Sometimes, well, that was announcements. This time it's news. Okay, so check both. You gotta check both. Okay. That one's completely garbage. Now look at this one, okay? So basically this whole thing's garbage except for the first part over here where it says join month. But the reason being is you want to know where other people are and then you can leech off them, okay? Now specifically what you should be looking for is the term class, okay? So for those of you that don't know how to use a search function, all you gotta do, press Control F on the keyboard or Command F if you're on a Mac, and then type in class, press enter. Boom, there you go, you get the scan, right, class, okay, join first month gives you a class, beautiful, it's this one, so you're going to do this, join first month, I'm going to copy it, Alt tab to the thing, give me a second, let me share my screen again, screen back onto Veldora, right, beautiful over here. Answer, punch the thing in, join first month over here. Now, you're looking for the exclusive class. That is the most important, right? Click on merge shop over here. Click on this, get the class TA Arcane Marksman. Okay, so this is actually one of the strongest classes in the game in terms of free to play. It was only free tier A classes, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I did take like a few days break, and things can change every single day. The world moves quite fast nowadays. But over here, you want to be getting the Arcane Marksman class. Now, how do you get it? Well, you need to find cracked shells, and you need 1 million gold vouchers. 1 million gold vouchers are pretty easy to get, okay? You click on this, you go to 1 million gold vouchers, you buy 5 of these. If you don't know how to buy 5 of these, and you don't have, for whatever reason, if you don't have, 5 million gold, you're broke. Yeah, well, you're broke in game, you're broke in real life, so what's the point? Right? Like a broken game, broken in real life. Like I'm richer than you in real life, and I'm richer than you in game. So there's something wrong with you. Like you're failing across all aspects. You understand? Like you're not even failing at one thing. You know, it's like all right to be like, okay, well I'm not that good at this one thing, so he beat me in one thing. But it's like, bro, he's beat me in everything. I mean, like, what's the point of life? Right? What's the point of life? Okay, there we go. Now we got that, want to go into the weapons really quick. So assuming you know the class, you're just going to check. It's really important you check if there's any damage boosting weapons. In this case, I don't believe there is for this one. There is there a pet? No, I believe I checked already, but there's nothing that's damage boosting over here. So this whole shop is shit except for the class. So the only thing that's important over here is the class. Make sure you get the class. Once you get the class, you get the limited merge. Over here in limited merge, you have weapons that give you a damage boost. Right now, I know it's limited, and you're like, maybe I should get this before the class. No, do not get this before the class. Always get the class first. Why? Because people, when they have the stuff they need, they stop farming. So you see how there's 11 people farming right now? There's 11 people over here. There's 11 people farming right now. These 11 people will disappear one day. And if you only have a 13% damage weapon and no class, you're essentially fucked. Okay? So don't look at the limited merge. Go ahead and get the class. Okay? Now the quest, you've got 2 different quests over here. One for VIP, one for not VIP. Long story short, just do the not VIP one unless if you're you got VIP even do the VIP one. It's basically the same thing. All you got to do is open up the bot manager over here. The quest ID is 172. How do you do it? You put this over here, put accept, and then you put kill for this because there's only one enemy in the room. You put kill and you put complete. What this does is it accepts the quest, kills the boss, and then it completes the quest. Okay, you can load and save the bot, but I'll leave that for yourself. You should know how to do that. If you can't read English and you don't understand how to do that, that's not something to do with me, and that's a problem with you, a fundamental issue with your brain, unfortunately, which I'm unable to solve. However you pay me, I might be able to give you some English lessons over there. Okay, so that would be it. I mean, that's fairly straightforward. That should get you to a TA class. Here's the quest. I'm sure it says Exila defeated. For whatever reason, if you're retarded, you don't know how to find Exila, when you see the arrow on the screen, you can just click on it and it takes you there. And make sure you have your lag killer on because it's very laggy. But for whatever reason, if you actually have no idea what's going on, one of the ways I like to do is you set up the bot manager first, right? So you do this, set it all up first, click on start. Once you click on start in this stream, all you got to do is close this over here, turn on the lag killer. Now you press U, and obviously you can go to the guy. So what you want to do is / go to same, press enter. Now you're in the same room, and you can see on the top right corner clearly you are attacking the boss, right? And make sure you've got auto accept drops on, so it automatically accepts the drops. If you don't know how to do this, well, you obviously didn't check the options. Well, you open up the options really quick. You go to gameplay over here. Down at the bottom, you see auto get drops. If you have it off, then there's something wrong with you, because with this server specifically, there are global drops. With global drops, if you're a botting and you're AFK and you don't have auto accept on, you will literally decline the global drop, right? Like you will, I'm not sure if you will decline it or not because I don't actually have it, but I know you for a fact you don't get it, so it might just be sitting there in your like inventory thing where you got to click yes, or like click the arrow, right, depending on what type of inventory you use. Personally, I just keep it on, and for whatever reason, if you're that broke but you don't have enough ACs to expand your backpack, then Yeah, look, I know, man. You know, we're just built different. I mean, I've got 200 spaces and I've only used 44. If you don't have enough space, then I mean, that's a you issue, right? So now you're very laggy. You don't know how to escape from the room. You're like, oh, complaining about the lag, and you have no idea how to get out of this room. The very easiest way to do this is just type join fire off and then press enter. Wait, it will automatically continue to type, but do not leave this window. You need to have this window selected and it will automatically take your time. So you do need some form of patience. Now, as you can see, you're in fire off. You're no longer attacking the boss. Now you gotta stop the bot, okay? So you open up this over here, click on Battle Manager, click on stop. For whatever reason, if it's bugged, if it doesn't stop, then all you gotta do is click the X in the top right corner, close the game, restart it. Turn off your lag killer. Beautiful. And it's all pre-planned because once you get here, a very important thing, first room, all garbage, okay? Go to the second room really quick. Two things you should be doing on a daily basis that I know you guys never do. A 7-day login over here, make sure you claim your 7-day login. All you gotta do is click on claim. For whatever reason you don't know which one you've claimed or not, just click on all of them and it'll like tell you like, yeah, 4 hours, etc, etc. Over here, this is a free daily boost. Now, it's up to you if you want to do it or not. I recommend doing it. You know, sometimes I don't do it because I mean I've got like 11 accounts, so sometimes I just can't be fucked to do it for all of them. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. It's just a daily boost, right? At the end of the day, like once you get enough accounts, you know, your army's big enough. It's like does it really make a difference? No, it really doesn't. I mean, it's AFK anyway, where it's like it's almost 2 times faster. So it's up to you. I recommend doing it. I recommend doing it. The important one you got to keep an eye on is getting your Veldora global drop tokens, because what this does is it guarantees you to get a decent weapon. Now I'm not saying it's the best weapon, right? But it's a decent weapon. Okay, over here. So you go to Veldora's global shop over here. As you can see, here are the titles. So you want to get your titles because you don't have access to the beta title. You can go ahead and get these titles. I don't recommend the prefix because I'm pretty sure it does nothing. I could be wrong though because I don't have it. Never had a prefix, don't know. Training title, you can get it if you want. It gives you some stats. Actually, I do recommend it. I do recommend it, bro. Yeah, I do recommend it because its base stats is pretty important. Yeah, get the training title as well as you can. You have it, so save it for that. The next thing you need is let it go boombox. So let it go boombox is pretty important because it actually gives you 7% damage. So unless you have a decent weapon, you can just use the Veldora's global token on your let it go boombox until you get a better weapon. And then when you get a better weapon, you can pass this onto your second account. And when you have that, you can pass it to your next account, right? So yeah, ignore the purple chat though, it's garbage. But this is pretty important, especially if you're not a helper, you're not a donator, you got no title. You want to be using this one. If you're not a beta tester, even if you're a beta tester, you should be getting this because it'll upgrade your stats to the next tier up, which I'll say is required, right? Okay, so that will basically be it. No, well, one more thing, we've got to go into the weapon boost, the damage boost, right? So the first thing you're gonna do is join Underworld. I'm gonna show you exactly how to get the strongest weapon in the game, and the strongest weapon in the game, you can just ignore everything over here. The most important part is actually down over here. Right, click on Dage over here. You want to take a look at the quest, it's farming quest. Yeah, it's called the quest. This is the quest you want to do. This weapon actually gives you 25% damage boost, physical and magical. So I highly recommend doing this. Now I have a Legion token farming guide. Okay, if you don't know how to farm Legion tokens, there is something wrong with you. But if you're a new player and you're first time watching the guide and you don't know how to farm Legion tokens, that's perfectly fine. Right? If you're an experienced player, you've been on here, you don't know how to get Legion tokens. Unfortunately, there's something wrong with you. I'm not sure if I can fix it for you because it's been here for a while. So what have you been doing for the last month when the game was out? Like, what have you been doing? How do you not know this, right? So that's someone just not able to tolerate the lack of incompetence. It's just insane, right? So make sure you do that. Farming quest, a very brief rundown how to do it. You got number 10, you got number 11. All you got to do is accept these, walk to the last room, and go ahead and do it. Now, in some cases, you will have some people in the last room. So my high recommendation is just go to people. So open this up really quick and just do go to Cactus really quick. In case Cactus is there, Cactus is obviously not there. It's still got me slightly closer, but okay, I'm not going to walk you there. If you can't find Dilligath and Lacken, then you probably don't deserve the empowered, empowered thing anyway. So yeah, Like, if you can't find them, you don't deserve the empowered Calibog, right? So that's it. There's a few redeem codes if you want. Okay, now this part is more into the arming part. So we're talking about the arming part. You do understand you need level 5 to trade. So how do you get level 5 fast? To get level 5 fast, all you got to do, very very simple. Okay, if you want to get level 5 fast, all you got to do is on Discord. Let me share my screen really quick. Start back on Discord really quick. Give me a second. Beautiful. Right. So all you got to do to get level 5 really, really quick in order to trade your other class to the guy, to your second account, to your new soldier. And all you got to do, very simple. Okay, hit on redeem codes in Discord. There's 2 redeem codes over here. Well, it was currently was free because we were apparently, I don't know, attacked or whatever. You know, making all kind of shit up, right? You know, the government does. They tell you all this bullshit, right? Maybe it's real or not, but long story short, there's the code. It gives you gold, XP, and I believe class points. So feel free to use it. But if you use Veldora 300 Discord and first month Veldora, no, actually, if you use no. Ignore this. My bad. I fucked up. But if you use these 3 codes here, these are the 3 codes you need to use. If you use these 3 codes, you will automatically be level 6 in Veldora, which would give you the ability trade classes, boosted weapons, etc. to your new ult, to your soldier, right? And that will allow you to instantly get straight into leveling up, right? So the optimal way to level up your soldier is slightly more advanced for the newbies out there. Give me a second, just pull the thing up really quick. The best, okay, well, now since I'm talking to advanced people, I don't actually need to show it. You should know. You should just go to join Lotus Tome. Go to join Lotus Time. You need one account there, your trainer there, and you need your rookie there, right? So you need to run the soldiers through boot camp. That need to be in Lotus Time, and you also need your trainer there, right? The drill instructor at Lotus Time. Once you get those rookies to level 35, then you can slap them over to like the, I guess you can call it the advanced selection course, right? And that would be in Atlas Promenade, right? When they get to Atlas Promenade, you need level 35 to join that advanced selection course. Once you get out of that, when you think they're ready, maybe 50, maybe 60, maybe 80, up to you when you think they're ready, you can just slap them straight into the main army and you're good to go, set to go farming, right? So yeah, that would be it. If there's any questions about my newbie guide or any advanced guide you got any questions about, just feel free to message me on Discord and I'll be able to help you out, right? I'm going to get straight back to farm, right? Okay, so I'll talk to you all later. Bye.